reflecting on attending the 2009 presidential inauguration in person, USA, would I attend another? So I'm circling back around because another presidential inauguration is not far away. So today is Tuesday, 14 January 2025. I am Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm going to reflect on attending in person the 2009 presidential inauguration, United States of America in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, 20 January 2009. I evaluate whether I would attend another one based on my experience in 2009. So I attended the 2009 presidential inauguration in person, and it was part of the program for a presidential youth leadership conference I attended in the Washington, D.C. area. And we had a long list of places we went in kind of activities amongst us, and there were a bunch of us people there, and like youth. And so I was approximately, 15, 16 years of age at this point in time. When I attended. And so youth, meaning we were mostly earlier on in our high school career. I signed up before the results of the 2008 presidential election. So it was kind of, do I want to go? Do I not want to go? I want to go. I'm signing up for this thing. kind of, or at least it entered my field of vision before the results were. And so, and there was a bunch of, so I signed up, and then there was, as part of it, we actually had a very, very strict dress code, and we had like to the point of like they had different tiers of fashion, like scales, and then the different events we had on our program corresponded to a different dress code, and they had like a very strict, this is what's what, for us, she, her, hers. So it was, my mom and I actually did a bunch of shopping. It's just to get clothes for me to go, including a gown because we had a ball. And so, yeah, so it was very enriching experience. And the night, I had two roommates. One was from Boston and one was from, I don't remember where the other one was from. And we all got up from our group at like, it was like 2:45 a.m. was our alarm call, or we left the building at 2:45 a.m. and we arrived at the mall, the main mall by the Washington Monument or whatever, and like so we could see the president getting inaugurated. And we were out there and we were on the ground, and some people brought emergency blankets, and it was like really cold. It was dark, and it was like, the daily high was what, like 17 degrees or something. It was Washington, D.C., and I wasn't used to, I hadn't been to the East Coast like in winter before, so my lips chapped and started bleeding. My hands started bleeding because they got really dry. I was a mess, and we were on the ground, and a lot of people were like leaning against each other for heat, and I was like on my toes. I had these boots, and they were such beautiful boots. They might be somewhere. I might actually still have them. And I would like just touch my knees to the ground, and then the tips of the boots, because the ground would drain the warmth from us, and it was an experience. And we had America, like Where's Waldo, kind of like, it was like blue at the bottom and then like rings of red and white, so it was red, white, and blue, and we had those for our group. But then there were a bunch of people there, so like my parents were watching the inauguration on TV, and they were like, that's Tanis out there somewhere, and we're jumping up and down to stay warm, and they're all like, it's out of excitement, and we're like, buddy, we just want to be warm. And so it was a very memorable experience. I think, what was it? They said it was set a record, over 1 million people attended. And I was like, I'm very fortunate to have chosen to do that and to have saved money so that I could do that. And my parents helped out with some of it. And it's a reminder of like, I'm in the top 1% for this particular arena of over 99% of Americans have not attended a presidential inauguration in person. Okay, so like I am in a slim pickings for this particular category. So based on my experience, would I go again? So I am now over 31.00 years of age. So the youth conference does not apply to me anymore. So it would be more of my own choosing. I wanted to see Hillary Clinton get inaugurated back in 2009. So she didn't. So if there's like one person that I wanted to see back then, and I still want to see now, it'd be Hillary Rodham Clinton. I do not have the means to attend a presidential inauguration currently. I think it's one that it would not, because I have already attended one in person, I would say, so if I go and pursue a PhD in physics in Italy, I would not say that I would not attend a presidential inauguration if it was a particular person, or I was interested enough, and I had the means, or I was presenting at a YMCA in the Washington DC area, and it was like around the inauguration time, something like that. Like I'm not turned off to it. However, I am not like dead set on a certain year or a certain election or a certain person. I don't have the income or means for that. My reality check. I will tie into my socioeconomic story of, so I was in the fall term of 2008 at Shoreline Community College here in Shoreline, city of Shoreline, King County, Washington State, United States of America. I took a political science class, and part of our what we covered during the semester was the 2008 presidential election. And so I did not actually take on any student loans that term. And then I did not take any, so I was full-time college student the entire calendar year of 2009, and I took on $0 in student loans that year. So I was, the presidential inauguration was not dampened by me being in college and accruing debt in the form of student loans. So there we go. But yeah, it was an experience. It was memorable. This is one thing. There are some things, so my amnesia did affect some of my long-term memories. But this is one that I can remember. I bought a number of like memorabilia stuff, and I gave my political science teacher, he was from African American, I don't know if it was African or African American, and I got him like a coin and I gave it to him. So I did think of my professors while I was gone. I think he wasn't my political science teacher though. He was my I think, was it an ethnic studies class? Or was it my political science teacher? I don't remember. Something like that. So, not all of my memories back. Or is that just my flimsy memory normally? So there we go. I was reflecting on attending the 2009 presidential inauguration in person, U.S.A. Would I attend another?